Hello and welcome back to SAP Plant Maintenance Training. This is Farooq from QBRP. In today's session, we are going to look at something called multiple counter plan. So in plant maintenance, we have the option of doing a couple of different type of maintenance. You can have performance based or time based. So this is like a car where you're given a service book, and in the service book they say, okay, after every 15,000 kilometers you need to go for your service. So this is based on your counter reading or your mileage of your car. Also they say after every 15,000 or every 3 months, or so this is a combination. So there's a combination of performance and time. So the performance is like counter reading, which is a 15,000 kilometers, and time is like 3 months. So the preventive maintenance is scheduled based on this counter reading. So what we need to do is, so let's say we are going to take a car for which we are going to create a maintenance plan, multiple counter plan. So the maintenance of car will be done after every 1,000 kilometers. So 1,000 becomes our measuring point, and the characteristic based on what? 1,000 kilometers, not 1,000 meters. So it is 1,000 kilometers. So preventive maintenance needs to be done at this point whenever this point is crossed. So let's start this one. So to create the cycle, we have a transaction called IP11Z. So in IP11Z we are going to create a cycle. So this is IP11Z. So let's create new entries. So let's name it and then also give a bit of a detail. So let's say car service 1, service plan for Corolla. Press enter, and then let's click on cycles. And then within the cycles, in the new screen, we are going to say new entries. New entries. So here we're going to create like what is our performance based plan and what is our time based plan. So let's say 10, 1,000 kilometers, performance based, short text performance based, 20, so this is time based. First line was performance based and second line is now time based. So we have created this one, cars 1, and let's save this here. So data has been saved. So next step is to create the characteristic, the days and the kilometers. Normally it should already be created in the system, but just for the sake of learning, we'll just go and see how it is created. So create characteristic, the transaction is CT04 and CT04. So name the characteristic like kilometer. Standard should already be there. So let's say kilometer 1, press enter. Yes. Basically what I should have done instead of enter was just click on this one. This is a create icon. So I will just say yes. For cars 1. So this is cars 1, status is released, data time. So let's take numeric. number of characters. How many characters? Say 1000 has got like 4. So if it is 100,000, well, let's go by 6. Unit of measure in kilometers. Let me just put kilometers directly here. Decimal places, let's go by 2. Yeah, so this is a template. So that's about it. So with this one we have created our characteristic. Let me just save the characteristic. So characteristic kilometer 1 has been saved. Let me just say so the next step is to create an equipment and then create an equipment task list, and in the task list within the operation, okay, so let me go into SAP and create an equipment IE01. So let's create a equipment, let's say car 1. Object type, let's see if they got something called vehicles here. I'll just take a vehicle. I'll just give a brand here, Corolla car. Plant 1000. Organization. Business area 1000. Work center. Yep. Structure, so we'll give our functional location. And then we can save our equipment, car 1. With the car 1 created, let me just add equipment car 1, and then let's create the task list. Task list is the transaction is IA01. In IA01 car 1, press enter. Usage 4, status 4 released. Let's go into operations. Let me just copy this part here, and I will service after 1000 kilometer or 30 days. Let's say 3 hours. 4 hours is it? 4 hours is the total duration. Press enter. That's it. Let's save this task list. The next step is to create a measuring point. Measuring point, then how do we know that car has done 1000 kilometers, or what is a odometer reading? So this is the measuring point. So we create the measuring point by IK01. So once we have a measuring point, then somebody is going to enter the reading. So in the measuring point, we are going to give the equipment that we have just created. Measuring point object is IEQ. Press enter. Measuring point is a counter. So in this screen, what we need to do is measuring position. Measuring position, as we said earlier, was 1000. We are going to for every 1000 kilometers the car is going to be serviced. Description, let's give some description like odometer reading of the car, of Corolla. Characteristic, the characteristic that we just created, we have created characteristic here, kilometer 1. So let me just copy from here. So this was the characteristic that we created. Measuring point is a counter. So I've already checked it. Measuring point is a counter. So let me just press enter for system to update. So it's picked up the unit of measure, the decimal points. So the annual estimate, so we need to give an annual estimate. So let's see, annually car is going to travel around maybe say 12,000 kilometers, which means 1,000 kilometers per month. 12,000. Put I think one extra zero. Let me just move. 12,000. So 12,000 is my annual estimate. Counter overriding, the maximum value of the counter. So the counter, after it reaches this value, it is going to reset. So let's say the maximum is 100,000. So this is 100,000. So this is how we're going to create, how do we create the measuring point. So we have now created the measuring point and we can now save it. So measuring point 11868 created. So we have now created the underlying data, which is, we have got the equipment, we have got the task list, we have got the measuring point, we have got the characteristic which we use in the measuring point. So the next step is to create a multiple counter plan. So before I create the multiple counter plan, I think I will end this session here. And in the next session, we will start by creating the multiple counter plan. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next session.